And the American lady has just said to me, recording in progress. So we are live. And this is our penultimate Zoom in the current series. There will undoubtedly be more Zoom sessions, boys and girls, and we need to get our fingers out to decide when the next one will be, and then we can inform you all next week. So, Mr. Chairman and Ruth, be thinking about this, and Mike, and we will get something organised before next week. Right, I will kick off with a wee Scottish song. This is the Silly Wizard version of this song. How blithe was I each morn to see my lass come o'er the hill. She tripped the ban and ran to me. I met her with goodwill. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom, the broom of the Cowden house. Fain would I be in my own country, herding my father's yow. How blithe was I? No, I've done that one. Bollocks. Hard fate that I should banish be, gang wearily and mourn, because I love the fairest lass ever yet was born. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom, broom of the Cowden house. Fain would I be in my own country, herding my father's house. Farewell, ye Cowden house, farewell, farewell, all pleasures there, to wander by her side again is all I crave or care. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom, the broom of the Cowden house. Fain would I be in my own country, herding my father's yows. Sorry, I had a bit of a problem with the internet freezing up on me there.
One of my favourite songs of yours, John, that one.
All right. Yeah.
No, what happened?
I saw your Twitch.
You're getting very good at it. I give you that.
I started reading the chat, and I got into the chat, and my brain just went ooh. So
I couldn't have prompted you there because I know a verse that not many people sing, and that was the one that was in my head. So I couldn't remember the rest.
No, there was a bit on the chat about the bread making, because a fortnight's time it will be, ooh, look what you've could have won.
Oh.
Yeah. A nice little. It's about 55% wholemeal now.
Down in one. Down
Bit of
in one.
granary. So yeah, that's That's for a couple of weeks' time for those who can get there. And we have a quiz tonight. If I put my left hand in my pocket, I am holding two things. They are not the same size.
No, they never are.
What have I got in my hands? You can either yell it in or you can put it on the chat if you feel like. And the prize is you win a bottle of wine, any bottle of wine which you can buy for yourself. Any wine of your choosing.
Could you repeat the question, John? Because it was a bit complicated for some of us.
What am I holding in my left hand?
Coins.
Bollocks!
Well, that sounds like a lot of balls to me.
The answers will come in a while. I think Brian and Sue are joining us later. They've got babysitting duties, but we will slot. Is Davith and Gwyneth? Are you Are you doing anything tonight?
Where's Gwyneth?
Evening, Dave.
No, it's all right. He got it right afterwards. And I don't know. Oh, I don't know who Gwyneth is. Honest, I don't. No,
My brother's called David, if that helps.
Oh, you're Gwyneth. Oh, right.
Oh, so what's going on here?
Right. Well, I don't know.
Gwyneth
I was in London last week.
Well,
no, we're a bit tired after.
Right,
oh,
busy summer.
bless them.
Big
Poor
day,
little
right?
buggers.
You've got
If you just slide
Lazy
Dave
bugger.
Hitchin up before you, Alan.
Yeah, right. We'll put him there. And if you need to move forward, Dave, you yell. Send us a message and we'll move you
And there's a
forward.
few bits coming in on the chat. They are roundish. They are not the same size. There we go. I will shut myself up. And it's Mike Hawkins.
Hiya. This song's called Lady. Oh God.
Franklin's Lament.
Lady Franklin's Lament. Let's hope I remember the words, even if I can't remember the title. I was homeward bound one night on the Dee. Swinging in my hammock I went to sleep. I dreamed a dream and I thought it true, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. With 100 seamen he sailed away to the frozen ocean in the month of May, to seek a passage around the pole, where we poor sailors sometimes do go. Through cruel hardships the men did go, the ship on mountains of ice was blown, where the Eskimo in his skin canoe is the only one that ever came through. In Baffin Bay, where the whalefish blow, the fate of Franklin no man may know. The fate of Franklin no man can tell, for Franklin along with his sailors did dwell. gives me pain. For my long lost Franklin I'd cross the main. £10,000 I would freely give to know on earth that my Franklin do live.
Beautiful, Mike. My favourite song.
Okay. We almost have a winner. We have someone who is very, very close. And it is not a GPO motorbike. It is not a set of keys. It is
Cut the teeth.
a pair of conkers.
Ah, yeah.
There we are.
I always
So
say
I'll put them back in my pocket and I can play with them at leisure.
It had to be something like that, did it not?
So Helen wins half a bottle of wine because she got a walnut and a chestnut. So
Oh, mind you, half a bottle of wine in Waitrose costs the same as a full bottle elsewhere, doesn't it? So
no, I think glass.
That'll go nicely with the bread we won in a raffle, which we never got.
one day,
Yeah,
That would be lovely.
one day your loaf will come. Right, if you could all mute yourselves, apart from Mr. Gaffer Ferris.
Righto. Well, if Franklin did live, he'd be getting on a bit now, wouldn't he? So would his missus, I suppose. This is a song for John before he requests it, and it's a tragic story from the Conway Valley. Most of my stories are tragic, aren't they, really? Oof. Oh, a building burnt down outside Nebo, and a poor man his life he did lose. And although he was badly disfigured, well, the coroner thought it was used. So they took the corpse down to the station, and the desk sergeant down at Llanrwst thought it prudent to phone Messrs. Edwards and Jones, the two half-wits who hung round with Hughes. Now Jones says I cannot be certain, his face is so burnt and so bruised. If you just turn him on to his belly, I will very soon tell if he's Hughes. So they roll the corpse onto his belly, as Jones had requested they do. After one vacant gaze, he turns round and says, I'm certain this person's not Hughes. So the baffled Sarge then sent for Edwards to see if he shared Jones's views. He said, turn the corpse over face downwards, and I'll soon find out if it is Hughes. So they turned the corpse over face downwards, and Edwards had asked them to do. After one dopey look, his daft head he shook. He said, I'm certain this person's not Hughes. This mystified that poor old sergeant, for he spied no birthmarks or tattoos. How can you two both be so certain that the lad on the slab isn't Hughes? Well, the corpse just possesses one arsehole, and Hughes was well known to have two. And as this poor corpse appears one arsehole short, we can safely conclude it's not Hughes. Said the sergeant, if I had 2 arseholes, I'd never confide in you 2. So if he neither told you nor showed you, how the dern did you learn about Hughes? They said, we've both seen thousands of arseholes on lambs and on rams and on ewes, on donkeys and goats, and in Jones's case, stoats, but we've neither seen either of Hughes. Said the sergeant, I'm inclined to believe you. There's not much that I'd put past you 2. But if he neither showed you nor told you, how the hell could you tell about Hughes? Well, when we 3 went down to the market, you could hear the good folk of Llanroost say, there goes old Jones with those 2 arseholes of his. The one in the middle is Hughes. Oh, there goes old Hughes with those 2 arseholes of his. The one-legged fellow is Hughes.
Oh, a classic.
Classic. I've not heard that one for years, Gaffer. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh dear, amazing.
A Gaffer classic there.
Yep.
Right, yes, that saved me request. If there is, if anybody wants to hear anybody sing anything, just put it on the chat. There are requests, they might not get done, but we've only got another week sort of, of regular Zooms. So, yeah, if you want to hear anything, just put it on the chat. Just a request, may not get anything done. No harm in asking. Right, Phil.
Okay. Right. This is a song written by Brian McNeil about his great uncle, who went off to America to seek his fortune. Did lots of other things as well. Sounds like he was a great man. My Uncle Jim, he served his time on the shores of the Forth as a joiner. £3.10 a week was all he earned. But the wages were better working Michigan pine, so he sailed on an ocean liner to build a better life with the trade he'd learned. And the shore he reached in 23, the home of the brave, the land of the free, was dry as the devil's tongue on Judgment Day. But to find a dram in a foreign land is a natural gift of a Falkirk man, and Lady Liberty looked the other way. Or so I've always heard my uncle say. For he's the best, oh the barley, cream of the crop. Go easy on the water, and I'll tell you when to stop. Would you please charge your glasses with the real pure drop, and drink to the best, oh the barley. My Uncle Jim was a child of his time, and the tricks of his time, they were dirty. And the dirtiest of all was the one they played on a working man's dollar and a poor man's dime, between 29 and 30, for they killed all the steady jobs in the building trade. And the only way that Jim could see was to play the game of Lady Liberty, though no one ever told him of the rules. And when fainter hearts were homeward bound, Jim sold Michigan ice by the pound with a leather sling and an iron hook for tools, just to show the Yankees how to keep their cool. For he's the best, oh the barley, cream of the crop. Go easy on the water, and I'll tell you when to stop. Would you please charge your glasses with a real pure drop, and drink to the best of the barley. My Uncle Jim, he could keep good time when the band played an 8-some reel, and he loved to waltz away the summer nights. And the spring in his step kept him in his prime through the turn of fortune's wheel, as it span him through the darkness and the light. And to dance the jig of history, Jim took the hand of the century, and he never let her steal a backward glance. From the D-Day beaches to the Cold Lake shore, he whirled her around and around the floor to show her how a Scotsman takes his chance. And he never missed a measure of the dance. For he's the best, oh the barley, cream of the crop. Go easy on the water, and I'll tell you when to stop. Would you please charge your glasses with a real pure drop, and drink to the best of the barley. Here's a health to the best of the barley, to Scotland and the best of the barley.
Great song, Phil.
They know what to do with barley up there, don't they?
Yeah, there's a woman behind me here giving it hey!
Brian McNeil, a great chap. He actually did spend quite a lot of time down here in Hexham for a while. He was about 25 years ago. You see him around in Hexham. Then he went back to Scotland.
Yeah, Battlefield Band were never the same after Brian McNeil
No,
left.
they weren't. Absolutely, I agree.
I've been worried sick about them ever since.
Right. The Scousers are looking about the same colour as my chestnuts.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, they've been away. They've been away, John. They've been away. They've been to Spain.
Yes, come over stars.
Now, does Edna look a year older today than she did yesterday? What do you reckon? I reckon she's going backwards.
I reckon she's gone backwards.
Oh, I
backwards.
wish.
Well, what a lovely way to celebrate. What a lovely way to celebrate a birthday, Edna. Being here with your pals. Oh, I'm well enough.
Sure
well
is.
enough. Well
I
enough.
wouldn't have done anything else.
You would. You'd have rather gone back to Spain.
Well,
that's true.
Oh no, I was sick of them bloody tests. Things up your nose. I just wondered didn't put them up my arse.
Oh.
That's new, isn't it?
Oh, quaint.
Oh, that's Boris's cut price version. You'll get that next time.
even if Jurgen Klopp had invited her out to dinner, she'd have turned him down. No, I've got a date with Real Folk Club, she'd have said.
No. Oh, I'm in love with him. Oh.
I would have turned him down.
I'd divorce him for him.
Right, shut up, Edna. We've had enough of you. You've entertained us for long enough now. We're bored with you. Andy.
Have you got any requests, Edna, if it's your birthday?
Oh, no. We're running late today. Just they asked me tickets up for tomorrow for Anfield.
You not got any
So
requests?
that's why
mate?
we're late coming on. But we've got them now. We're all sorted.
Okay.
So if you can think of something to sing, I'll join in.
This one's special for you then, alright. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Edna. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
God on high, hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly, on and on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him
Well, that was nice for a change. That was a lovely change, Andy.
Yeah, I'm trying to ruin my reputation.
Again.
I'll get it back if we go round again.
Oh, we'll go round again. We're just going round. We'll be doing 2. I don't care when it finishes tonight. We'll do 2. The recording may be late tomorrow because Alan's on his jollies. He's up near Knaresborough somewhere, so he's just fitting it in between going to the beach and eating ice cream and all the rest of it. Donkey rides, whatever.
Drinking some wine then.
The good news is the Wi-Fi speed here is about 35 meg, so maybe it won't be late. We'll see. We'll see how long this lasts. That's the important thing.
Right. Helen.
Yes.
With your backing group.
I have been making grape jelly today, and it would go wonderfully well with your bread.
Okay, we're still with the Carter family, and this is an AP Carter song from the 1930s, the time of the Great Depression. So this is a song about the Great Depression. For fear the hearts of men are failing, for these are latter days we know. The Great Depression now is spreading, God's word declared it would be so. I'm going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble, my home's in heaven, I'm going there. In that bright land there'll be no hunger, no orphan children crying for bread, no weeping widows toil or struggle, no shrouds, no coffins and no dead. I'm going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble, my home's in heaven, I'm going there. This dark hour of midnight nearing, tribulation time will come. This storm will hurl in midnight fear, and sweep lost millions to their doom. I'm going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble, my home's in heaven, I'm going there. I'm going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble, my home's in heaven, I'm going there. I'm going where there's no depression, to the lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble, my home's in heaven, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our second one is a bit of a favourite of Helen's, but we've adapted it slightly at the end, and that will become apparent. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced her to my loved one. One day we're dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee waltz. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee waltz. I was singing with my true love in the real folk club soon when they told us the end's drawing near. We were shattered, we were tattered, the future is all gloom, and the thought makes us feel really queer. We remember the time in November last year when we chanced to meet up with you guys virtually. There were poems and songs in Welsh. There were Americans, Canadians, Russians and Scots, and no one minded our strange mix of stuff.
Brilliant.
Oh, yes.
Out there.
Nice ending. The rest of it was okay as well.
Well, good. Well.
Oh, Paul Clark's just put the worst gag of the week on the chat. I'm not reading that.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, that really is. Oh, no, I'm not reading that out.
I just can't believe it was November that we joined you.
No, that was delightful. I'm welling up again. It's one of those.
Oh.
No, what am I going to be like next week?
Control yourself, Helen.
I'll have another glass.
Alun, have you got Gwyn's poem sort of ready? No,
I did explain a little oversight.
Sorry, next week.
I do have. If you want one, I've got a song from T. Gwyn, but I can't.
No, that's fine. No, I was. I
don't mention. I won't mention to him that you refused his song because he has a box of matches.
No, I'd rather hear his song.
When he watches tomorrow, won't he? So.
I'd rather hear his song.
He'll be watching tomorrow. Yeah.
I presume we've got this blurry video of somebody setting a fire.
He could be setting fire to John's house next then.
Yeah, well, Cheshire is on the way back, isn't it? For him, he doesn't have to go out the way. No, it's fine.
Right. Anyway, it's Mr. Happy.
Oh.
You find you need to unmute yourself.
This is the sign, John. This is the sign. Unmute yourself.
Yes. Yeah, that was a false start. Yes. Come out, 'tis now September, the haunted moon be gone, and through the ways and stubble we hear the frequent gun. The leaves are turning yellow and fading into red, while the ripe and bearded barley is hanging down his head. all among the barley. Who would not be blithe while the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the scythe? The wheat is like a rich man, it's sleek and well-to-do. The oats are like a pack of girls, thin and dancing too. The rye is like a miser, all sulky, lean and small, while the ripe and bearded barley is monarch of them all. All among the barley, who would not be blithe while the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the scythe? The spring is like a young girl who does not know her mind. The summer is a tyrant of most ungracious kind. The autumn is an old friend who pleases all he can, and brings a bearded barley to glad the heart of man. All among the barley, who would not be blithe while the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the scythe? All among the barley, who would not be blithe while the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the scythe?
The John.
Got a nice surprise with a sudden finish there.
That's a shocker. That's a proper folk song. What's happening now, John? John, what's happening?
I don't know, but we could have done some sort of.
What's a folk song?
Oh, no. Apologies to those who regularly bless us with proper folk songs. Foldy-roll. It's got to have foldy-roll in somewhere. That's what I reckon.
It was written in the 1900s.
Well, it's more than 14 years old,
I
so it's
thought, like,
traditional.
all the proper folk songs were written in the 1970s, weren't they?
No. It's a proper song, though. There we are.
Yeah, it does have.
I was thinking.
So I left that one out.
Right, we haven't seen
I've gotta go
Glennis
now,
for
so
weeks.
I'll see you all later on. What time does the thing finish?
Oh,
when we've got round twice, probably about 11ish tonight, I would guess.
Oh, right. I'll be back then. I should be able to.
Oh,
get
we
back
might
by
not be here
about
then,
10.
John.
Well, it sounds like a threat. From John.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you later then.
Right. Okay.
Bye.
Oh,
what's happened to Glennis these days?
I think.
We
Well,
haven't seen
John
Glennis-
Roberts might know. Somebody's buried her under the patio, I reckon.
Yeah, we haven't seen Glennis for weeks, have we? Oh, John's just taken his video off. He might have known.
Hello.
Hello, John.
Hello,
Can
John.
you hear me?
Yeah.
She's grandmothering this weekend,
There
and
we
it's
are, you
number
see.
one birthday.
There we are. Little
Number one
Yargo, her
birthday.
grandson.
Right, and it says Brian and Sue are grandparenting tonight, but they say they'll be here later. And Dave's joined us. Nice to see you again, Dave. Mr. Costello.
Oh, look at him
yeah.
wait. David's
Yeah,
waving at the
wave to
people.
Dave.
Excellent job. Excellent job.
Right, Brian's
Can I
got an
just
even
say-
worse gag on the
Can I just
chat.
say
I'm not
something?
going there either. Right, the only way is Essex. Mr. Hisco.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Hisco. That'll do. Right, here's a song from the 1970s, because that's when I wrote it, so it must be traditional.
There we are.
And
Yeah.
it's the song. It's the first song I did when I came here 30 odd songs ago, back in November last year. No one's requested it, so I shall sing it anyway. Now that I'm older, I know I'm not old enough to know what it is to be lonesome, what it is to be without a home. And I've a friend in mind, loves me rain or shine, just don't ask me why. But her younger eyes are so much older eyes than mine. I thought I was well read, that I wouldn't need to ask her for a lead. But when I read what her eyes said, I knew I got nothing more to read, nothing more to say, nothing more to do, but throw all my words away on someone who needs them, who can't find a woman like you. I ran all the way here to be the first to see the rising star. But there were others before me, and the sound of beauty travels far. And I hear it sweet and clear, and it rings like a silver coin thrown down on stone. And though I'm lost in a crowd, just know she's around me somehow.
Oh, delightful. Delightful.
Thank you.
Lovely, Perry.
Oh, yeah. Just checked, I'd got no Durnos in my bag, so I'll take a Hiscock instead, I think.
Yeah, Hitchcock's worth a dono or two, isn't it?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yeah, that's just sort of eased me into the weekend nicely there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, poor Gwyneth, she's got to follow that.
Oh, she'll be fine.
He's saving me.
You can try.
Right, Gwyneth, do your best, girl.
I will. I apologise to anybody that's heard me sing this week. The Keys of Canterbury. Oh, madam, I will give to you the keys of Canterbury, and all the bells in London shall ring to make you merry, if you will be my joy, my sweet and only dear, and walk along with me anywhere. I shall not, sir, accept of you the keys of Canterbury, nor all the bells in London shall ring to make us merry. I will not be your joy, your sweet and only dear, nor walk along with you anywhere. Oh, madam, I will give to you a pair of boots of cork. The one was made in London, the other made in York. If you will be my joy, my sweet and only dear, and walk along with me anywhere. I shall not, sir, accept of you a pair of boots of cork, though both were made in London, or both were made in York. I will not be your joy, your sweet and only dear, nor walk along with you anywhere. Oh, madam, I will give to you a little golden bell, to ring for all your servants and make them serve you well. If you will be my joy, my sweet and only dear, and walk along with me anywhere. I shall not, sir, accept of you a little golden bell, to ring for all my servants and make them serve me well. I will not be your joy, your sweet and only dear, nor walk along with you anywhere. Oh, madam, I will give to you a broidered silken gown, with 9 yards a drooping and trailing on the ground. If you will be my joy, my sweet and only dear, and walk along with me anywhere. Oh, sir, I will accept of you a broidered silken gown, with 9 yards a drooping and trailing on the ground. Then I will be your joy, your sweet and only dear, and walk along with you anywhere. Thank you.
Yeah, lovely, William. About my hometown, eh? Whoa.
Yeah, you need sort of somebody like Brian, don't you, just to do half of it with.
To fill the bottom end up together.
I thought it worked really well.
That's quite a stretch, isn't it?
Yeah, so did I.
An octave apart. I'm not
Great
doing
range,
that ever.
William. A great range.
Thank you.
Dave Heitch would have been good for the.
A bit too low. It'd been a huge, two octaves. That would have been.
Right, Alan.
Good evening.
My goodness does live in London, but
This is a. I've done it at Draggers Run. I've not done it here. It's one we used to do with Fox Folk called The Diggins. It's about emigration from Scotland to Australia, and the Diggins were the mines or the goldfields. We're off to the diggings, in thousands we go, the rich, the poor, the high and the low, the lame, the lazy, the big folks and small, with 1 leg and 2 legs and no legs at all. There's Indiaman steamers and frigates galore, shippers sailing from Scotland's shore. We're cobblers and billy boys every day, we're bound for Australia to dig the clay. We're off to the diggings, in thousands to see the lumps of gold growing on trees. And there you can purchase lambs, tigers and goats, a bull for a penny, a sheep for a groat. There's Indiaman steamers and frigates galore, shippers sailing from Scotland's shore. We're cobblers and gilly boys every day, we're bound for Australia to dig the clay. We're off to the diggings, we're sailing today, where there's work for each man and no taxes to pay, where there's no union houses but beef, sheep and bread, and every man for his labour is paid. There's Indiaman steamers and frigates galore, shippers sailing from Scotland's shore. We're cobblers, billy boys every day, we're bound for Australia to dig the clay. Off to the diggings, oh Scotland goodbye, tears are falling from every eye. We're off to the diggings, our fortunes to seek, we're off to the diggings, our fortunes to see. There's Indiaman timbers and clippers sailors galore. There's clippers sailing from Scotland's shore. The clockers and billy boys every day. We're bound for Australia to dig the clay. We're off to the diggings, in thousands we go. The rich, the poor, the high and the low. The lame, the lazy, the big folks and small, with one leg and two legs and no legs at all. There's Indian man steamers and frigates galore, and clippers sailing from Scotland's shore. With cobblers and billy boys every day, we're bound for Australia to dig the clay. We're bound for Australia to dig the clay.
Hey!
Nice one, Al. You're a Kentish man, are you, Al?
I'm a man of Kent.
A man of Kent.
South of the Medway, you're a man of Kent.
A man of Kent.
We'll have no gags about that, please. It's a family show.
Thank you. Thank you. And so what made
So Gwyneth sung a great song, so that's cool.
what made you leave the Garden of England to come up to horrible North Wales?
Because I love the mountains, that's why. I came up here for a friend's wedding in 1979. I never went home for at least 6 years or 5 years.
There we are.
There you go.
Must have been a hell of a piss up, that.
Fair play. Well, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like, Al.
I'm not going anywhere else. You can't get rid of me now.
He's been here long enough to be an honorary Welshman, I think.
Well, my kids speak Welsh, so I should really, shouldn't I?
Well,
Talking about piss-ups, we have Mr. and Mrs. Warburton, and John is looking slightly more sober than he was last time we saw him.
Well, that's because I haven't drunk as much as I had last time we saw you. Dowie and Eileen send their apologies, but after listening to last week's podcast, they decided that their internet wasn't good enough, so... and I just decided my voice is not good enough, but there you go. Sorry, Alan. Not done this one for a while here. Ewan McCall wrote this back at the end of the 50s, early 60s. One of the radio ballads where he met the Romany travellers. I'm a free-born man of the travelling people. Got no fixed abode, with no mats I am numbered. Country lanes and byways were always my ways. I've never fancied being numbered. Well, we knew the woods, all the resting places, and the small birds sang when winter time was over. Then we'd pack our load and be on the road. Those were good old times for the rovers. There was open ground where a man could linger for a week or two, for time was not our master. Then away you'd jog with your horse and dog, free and easy, no need to go faster. Now and then we'd meet up with other travellers, share the news or else swap family information. At the country fairs we'd be meeting there all the people of the travelling nations. Well, I've known life hard and I've known life easy, and I've cursed the this life when winter days were dawning. But I've laughed and sang through the whole night long, seen the summer sunrise in the morning. All you freeborn men of the travelling people, every tinker, rolling stone and gypsy rover, winds of change are blowing, your old ways are going, your travelling days will soon be over. I'm a freeborn man of the travelling people, got no fixed abode, with nomads I am numbered. Country lanes and byways were always my ways. I've never fancied being numbered.
Lovely, John.
It just shows what you can do when you try, doesn't it?
Thank you, John.
When you're not pissed.
I'll take that as a compliment.
That's as good as you're going to get, you know that, John.
I know that, yeah, definitely. Anyway, I'm going to hand up. Do you want to move, or are you sitting from there?
I'll move.
You'll move, right. Excuse me, I'm shifting that way. Westward.
Right, well, John's moving. This week's school lesson is that, did you know that a small shoal of piranha can devour a young child in less than 3 minutes? Anyway, I lost my job at the aquarium this week, so... Right, Carol.
This one's called For You Will Not. For you will not is the order of the day, and if you do, then they will sue. So listen carefully to what I have to say. When riding your bike in town or country lane, be sure to wear a helmet to protect your head and brain. And if you travel on 4 wheels instead of 2, well then wearing a seatbelt is a must for you. Don't drink, don't smoke, be careful of what you eat. Watch your cholesterol, your weight and your heartbeat. Have plenty of sleep and regular exercise. And have frequent checkups on your ears, your teeth, your eyes. Don't use your mobile when in the driving seat. The same thing applies to having a drink or something to eat. And if, when out walking, your dog it does a poo, well then pick it up, you know it's the right thing to do. For you will not is the order of the day, and if you do, then they will sue. So thank you to listening to what I had to say. Thank you.
Good.
I like it.
I love that. I lovely.
It's like you were talking to Alan.
I've been picking up poo for a month.
I'm going to say you were looking.
You've discovered your true vocation.
Well, it doesn't take very long to become an expert in length, consistency, taper, firmness, dryness. Oh, it's all in there.
It's like the Bristol stool chart, is it, for dogs?
That's probably the original answer to
We are having a week off.
That was probably the original answer to what John had in his pocket.
No. Here they are. Look at that picture there. That's Bertie there with his mum, Rosie. Bertie on the left, obviously. He's having a lovely time on his holidays up in Yorkshire. I'll switch him off now.
I'm just wondering if that was a 3-legged stool he had to pick up, but never mind.
Typical pirate joke.
yeah, terrible. Right, Brian, what you've got, donkeys, asses, mules, or what are they?
It's donkeys. This is a song about loving your donkey by Seamus Moore called Never Look Down on Your Ass. I apologise to those of you who are hard of hearing if my thick Sussex accent makes you mishear my pronunciation of ass. Now if ever you purchase a donkey, let nobody say he is not class. Some people might call you an idiot, but never look down on your ass. Oh, always be true to him, never say boo to him, feed him on carrots and grass. Be like a brother and love one another, but never look down on your ass. You will find he is a cute little fellow, all dressed up with harness and brass. No happier road can you follow than that which goes under your arse. Now think what a joy on a Sunday, as you're driving your donkey to mass, with herself sitting proudly beside you, saying, Johnny, fair play to your arse. Oh, always be true to him, never say boo to him, feed him on carrots and grass. Be like a brother and love one another, but never look down on your arse. Now you won't have to worry when shopping, should you buy too much goodies and masks. Just parcel the whole agglomeration and shove the lot up on your arse. You won't have to stop at the garage to stock up on petrol or gas. You won't think of the miles to the gallon when you're driving along on your arse. Oh, always be true to him, never say boo to him, feed him on carrots and grass. Be like a brother and love one another, but never look down on your arse. Now if ever you go on the batter and drink too much porter or Bass, if you're stopped for the breathalyzer, tell the guarder to shove the bag up your arse. And now that we are into the market, with better things coming to pass, take pride in the fact that you're Irish, yourself and the whole of your arse. Oh, always be true to him, never say boo to him, feed him on carrots and grass. Be like a brother and love one another, but never look down on your arse. Be like a brother and love one another, but never look down on your arse.
Well, I can see why Linda didn't join you this week.
And did you set this up for me to follow him?
He looking down on the Dalai Lama, wouldn't it?
Of course he did, Paul. You know that.
That followed on quite nicely from the discussion we had last week on the correct usage of the forward slash. Paul Clack.
A pointed question.
Right, yeah, well, allow me to raise the tone slightly, but on the same subject. Now Delaney had a donkey that everyone admired, temporarily lazy and permanently tired, a leg at every corner balancing its head, and a tail to let you know which end it wanted to be fed. Riley slyly said, we've underrated it, why not train it? Then they took a rag, they rubbed it, scrubbed it, oiled and embrocated it, got it to the post just as the starter dropped the flag. There was Riley, pushing it, shoving it, shushing it. Hogan, Logan and everyone in town was lined up attacking it and shoving it and smacking it. They might as well have tried to push the town hall down. The donkey was eyeing them, openly defying them, winking, blinking and jinking out of place. Riley reversing it, everybody cursing it. The day Delaney's donkey ran the half-mile race. The muscles of the mighty, never known to flinch, they couldn't move the donkey a quarter of an inch. Delaney lay exhausted, hanging round its throat, with a grip just like a Scotsman's on a £5 note. Starter, Carter, he lined it with the rest of them. When it saw them, it was willing then. It raced up, braced up, ready for the best of them. They started to applaud it, but it changed its mind again. There was Riley, pushing it, shoving it, shushing it. Up Vaughan and Forgan and Mary Ann McGraw. She started poking it, grabbing it and choking it. It kicked her in the you-know-where and laughed hee-haw. Whigs and Conservatives, Radicals, Superlatives, Liberals and Tories all hurried to the place. Stood there in unity, not helping the community, the day Delaney's donkey ran the half-mile race. The crowd began to jeer till Rafferty, the judge, came up to assist them, but still it wouldn't budge. And the jockey who was riding it, one little John McGee, was so thoroughly disgusted he went home to have his tea. Hagan, Fagan were students of psychology. They swore they'd shift it with some dynamite. They brought it, bought it, and without apology the donkey gave a sneeze and blew the whole lot out of sight. There was Riley, pushing it, shoving it, shushing it. Horgan, Morgan and all the bally crew, police and auxiliary, the garrison artillery, the second Enniskillens and the lifeguards too. They seized it and harried it, they picked it up and carried it, cheered it, steered it to the winning place. Then one and all bookmakers drew aside before committing suicide. The day Delaney's donkey won the half-mile race.
Oh, so close, Paul, and then you screwed it up at the end.
Not heard that for a million years.
Oh, that took us back to Valdunican there.
Bloody did, John. You're right there, mate.
I'm afraid that's where I first heard it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that was great, Paul.
And Rafferty's motor car. Oh, what a wonderful motor car, the greatest.
Yeah, I have that in my repertoire too. So.
Paddy McGinty's gold.
Yeah, of course. Right, thanks very much for. If you didn't have that written down, full marks to you.
No, not full marks, because I did have it written down. No, I stumbled over them.
By the way, Paul, lovely jumper.
Need a nice cardigan.
Yeah. Lovely.
Right, Maureen, you probably won't even. You'll have left before Valdunican, wouldn't you?
I do. I'm going to learn that song, Paul. It's fantastic. I've heard it before, but you just reminded me how fantastic it is. All right, well, everybody, you better get your hankies ready, because this is a beautiful romance that ends in tragedy. Got it. John's got his hanky. As I sat down one evening, 'twas in a small cafe, I heard the waitress to someone these words that she did say. She said, I see that you're a logger and not just a common bum, 'cause nobody but a logger stirs his coffee with his thumb. Well, her lover was a logger. There's none like him today. If you pour whiskey on it, he could eat a bale of hay. He never shaved his whiskers from off of his horny hide. He'd just drive them in with a hammer and bite them off inside. Oh, her lover came to see her upon one freezing day. He held her in his fond embrace and broke 3 vertebrae. Well, he kissed her when they parted so hard that he broke her jaw. She couldn't speak to tell him that he'd forgotten his Mackinaw. She saw her lover leaving, sauntering through the snow, strolling gaily homeward at 48 below. The weather had tried to freeze him. It tried his level best. At 100 degrees below zero, he buttoned up his vest. Well, it froze clean through to China. It froze to the stars above. At 1,000 degrees below zero, it froze her logger love. They tried in vain to thaw him. So would you believe me, sir? They made him into axe blades to chop the Douglas fir. And so she lost her lover, and to this cafe she comes, and here she sits and waits for someone who will stir his coffee with his thumb.
Lovely, Maury.
Oh, tragic.
Maureen sings songs that puts pictures in our heads. I couldn't help see the pictures. They made him into blades to cut the trees down. Well, that's a bit rough.
Right.
Yeah. Always interesting songs.
Thank you, Maureen. David.
They only used his chopper, though.
Well done, Carol. Whack him.
Always one. We know who it is.
Would have been Hank Williams' birthday next week. 98, I think. So it behoves to do one. I usually do obscure ones, but this is mainstream. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry, try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and you call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart will find someday and crave the love you threw away. The time will come when you'll be blue. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and you'll call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant, Dave. Brilliant.
Oh, I saw.
Always look forward to that. Thanks. Oh, down to Cambridge next for H. Nice to see you back again.
Thank you.
I've got a very croaky throat, so I'll see if I can get through this one. 'Twas homeward bound one night on the deep, swinging in my hammock I fell asleep. I dreamed a dream, and I thought it true, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. With 100 seamen he sailed away to the frozen ocean in the month of May. His maps were faulty and his compass bent. By mid-July he was in Stoke-on-Trent. Through cruel hardships and Watford Gap, he saw no icebergs and no polar cap. Only the Eskimo in his skin canoe, and you don't get many this far south of Crewe. In Baffin Bay where the whalefish blew, the fate of Franklin no man knew. The fate of Franklin no tongue can tell, but round Northampton they know him well. And now my burden, it gives me pain. At Newport Pagnell he got lost again. The Northwest Passage was Lord Franklin's dream, but he's lost forever deep in Milton Keynes. Yes, he's lost forever deep in Milton Keynes. Les Barker.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't get enough Les Barker. Andy will often do a bit of Les Barker. But, I do the odd one, but yeah, we don't get enough Les Barker, do we?
All Les Barkers are odd.
Quite a lot of people on here, Rod, as well.
He's a lovely chap and he's a fluent Welsh speaker.
Yes.
He moved to Mould. And I asked him, Les, why are you learning Welsh? He said, I live in Wales. That's all he said, Al. That's all he said. I live in Wales.
Well done, him.
Yeah, no, quality, yeah. He is.
He lives in Portugal this week, so he's probably learning Portuguese this week.
Ah, well.
He actually teaches people Welsh, I think, doesn't he now? I think he's fluent enough that he runs Welsh classes. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere.
Well, he's fluid enough, that's for sure.
He's only 4 miles away from me in Bullchwyn.
There we are.
Yeah, we couldn't get him to come and do a gig at Will.
Right.
So I don't know why. He thought it was not too far.
I can think of one or two reasons.
He probably thought there were enough comedians there already, John. That's what it was.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Here's a song I dropped from my repertoire. It goes... Homeward bound one night on the deep. We've had a skit on it and we've had the original version, and I can't do it anymore because it's been done. It's been done. I've got another song. Oh, any guitar fans in? I've got double drop D, both E strings dropped to D. It's a nice thing for. You get nice even chords. Easy playing, that's what I'm after. This is a song, it's a traditional song, Gwyneth, I think. She's in there. It's an old song.
You make up most of the 100 years, don't you?
Yeah, no, well, it's an old song. Joan Baez sang it, so it's probably country, actually. But the American, the folk and the country in America, it's a hard line to define. It's a song called Silver Dagger. And just to be awkward, I've added a verse. Because I don't care. It's the folk process. It's a story. I hope the guitar comes through anyway. It's called Silver Dagger. Oh, don't sing love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's sleeping here, right by my side. And in her right hand is a silver dagger. She swears that I won't be your bride. All men are false, so says my mother. They'll tell you next day they'll court another, leave you alone to mourn and cry. Chorus. Oh, don't sing love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's sleeping here right by my side, and in her right hand is a silver dagger. She swears that I won't be your bride. My daddy is a handsome fellow. He has a chain that's 5 miles long. On every link a heart does dangle of another love he loved and wrong. Oh, don't sing love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's sleeping here right by my side, and in her right hand is a silver dagger. She swears that I won't be your bride. Although your song is so inviting, our fate is sealed, we cannot be. My mother has a silver dagger, and so I never cannot be free. Oh, don't sing love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's sleeping here right by my side, and in her right hand is a silver dagger. She swears that I won't be your bride. So then go home to your own garden. So then go home, return no more. No other man shall come a-courting, no other lover cross my door. Oh, don't sing love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's sleeping here right by my side, and in her right hand is a silver dagger. She swears that I won't be your bride. She swears that I won't be your bride.
Oh, yes, Al.
That was a sudden finish. Sorry for the sudden finish.
I like the
Questions, go.
I think that is, Al, that's my favourite. Yours is my favourite version of that song.
I just love the song. It's just I got it from Steve Tilson's and Maggie Boyle's singing of it. It was just delightful.
It's on a whistle nice as well. That's cool.
Yeah. They asked me to, Steve Tilson. What?
Could you, for the sake of Mr. Pritchard, would you tell him how you had your guitar tune for that one?
Oh, double drop D, Andrew.
Double drop D.
With a capo on 3, I think, somewhere around 3. Yeah.
I mean, I know that he's fascinated by this sort of stuff.
Well, no, he would know. He would have worked out already that I was singing in B flat major.
Yeah.
There he is.
I've got what I call it a drop D capo, right? So I've cut away that.
Oh yes. Oh, you
right?
clever beast.
When you're a crap guitarist like me, you need every little help you can get.
Yeah.
So I usually play an E. I play D shapes in E, but then the bottom string resonates beautifully.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was boring, and then Phil came in. Actually, no. To be fair, Phil. I do like parcel capos.
If anybody wants one of these, drop me a £5 note in a.
Oh, there we
I'll
are.
send you the pattern how to make
I do
one.
like parcel capos, and sometimes if you use 2 capos, anyway, there we are.
Yeah. You
Enough.
have to do
Enough.
that if you play them,
Right, well, there we are. 9:30. We're halfway around. We're doing well tonight, boys and girls. You've been behaving yourselves, haven't you?
No.
Badly, yes.
If you
Well,
compute,
your computer's still working, John,
right.
so you've obviously been doing as you were told. Right, well, I didn't know if Alun would have been here tonight, so I'd prepared an end of night song, Takadram. But being as he is here and he'll be finishing the night as per, I'll do something else. And being as we've got a lot of time, this is quite a long song. It's actually 2 welded together. So,
Oh, God.
in my head I'm still stones, pounds and ounces. In my head I'm still gallons of fuel. In my head I'm still halves and 3/4. In my head nothing changes at all. Despite all my years I'm still kicking. Though I live my life in past tense. I'm still yards, I'm still feet, I'm still inches. I'm still pounds, I'm still shillings, I'm still pence. Come from an ancient diminishing mob where pocket money was a couple of bob. At school we never had corn on the cob. Slices of stew went in my gob. Now I'm going online for pants and socks, staying in to watch the box. That's what I did then. That's what I did then. In my head I'm still stones, pounds and ounces. In my head I'm still gallons of fuel. In my head I'm still halves and 3/4. In my head nothing changes at all. Despite all my years I'm still kicking. Though I live my life in past tense. I'm still yards, I'm still feet, I'm still inches. I'm still pounds, I'm still shillings, I'm still pence. We've all come a long way down the track. Sadly there's no turning back. The days of the rolled up plastic Mac, playing tune to my Uncle Jack. In my head I'm doing fine. In my head I still have time. That's what I did then. That's what I did then. Depending on your age, it's LPs or CDs. Depending on your age, it's Camembert or Dairy Lees. Depending on your age, it's arthritis or the cramps. Depending on your age, it's bonus points or green shield stamps. Depending on your age, it's marathons or Snickers. Depending on your age, it's pairs of drawers or knickers. Depending on your age, it's a text or conversation. Depending on your age, you play hopscotch or PlayStation. Depending on your age, it's Adele or Sandy Shaw. Depending on your age, it's Daniel Craig or Roger Moore. Depending on your age, it's Sam Smith or Billy Fury. Depending on your age, it's The Voice or Jukebox Jury. Depending on your age, it's Ibiza or Prestatin. Depending on your age, it's media studies or Latin. Depending on your age, it's a sat-nav or a map. Depending on your age, you play sport or have a nap. Depending on your age, it's goji berries or Ribena. Depending on your age, it's something else I can't remember. Depending on your age, it's Peppa Pig or Handy Pandy. Depending on your age, it's Facebook or the Dandy. Depending on your age, it's Dynamo or David Nixon. Depending on your age, it's John Luther or George Dixon. Depending on your age, you understand or just don't get it. Depending on your age, you like this song or just forget it. There we are, nearly.
Oh, yes.
Brilliant job.
Nigel Farage's latest tune.
I can't hear you, John.
Nigel Farage's latest song, that one.
The Farage.
Farage, yes.
Yeah, like garage.
We've been there. We've been there.
Please don't do that again.
Depending on your age, Farage or Farage.
Yeah, yeah. After I've been in the garage, I need to have a bath with some scones around the place.
Right, enough of that.
On your arse, of course.
Have you updated that one, John, or is that Richard Digence's up? Has he updated it
No,
himself?
it's. I decided to get rid of a couple of his verses and put in a couple of my own.
Well
done. Well done.
Right.
It's folking it up.
Yeah.
It's not a proper song then, John.
No, I'm sure I'll be hearing from his solicitors next week.
No, you're not doing it for personal gain.
I'll tell him in the morning. I'll speak to him tomorrow morning and tell him what you've done. I like
Right,
yours.
Michael Hawkins.
Yes. This song is called "Carrying Nelson Home." It's about the journey Nelson's body took from Trafalgar to get back to Britain, and mainly it's all about the way they sailed the boat, really. That he was unaware of it. He was pickled in a barrel of brandy, so he didn't care.
Is this your song in several foreign languages?
That's right. Yeah, it's got an A-level chorus in 3 languages: English, Portuguese, and French.
No Welsh.
Actually, it's
I'm
Spanish.
afraid not. No,
It's
I'm afraid
Spanish,
not.
not Portuguese, actually.
Pardon?
It's actually Spanish, not Portuguese. But
Oh, well, you better take that up with the bloke who wrote it.
You haven't heard it yet. You don't know. It could be Chinese. It could be Mandarin for all you know.
Anyway,
Oh, it's being premature again.
Portuguese or Spanish? Here it is. Yeah. Ease your bowsprit, gently set your foresheets on the windward side. Let go fore and aft, and as she turns, sail her full and by to catch the evening tide. Shake out your topsails, let the sea roll under that she knows so well. Find a star to guide us to the dawn, then let her greet the long Atlantic swell. Sing me a shanty, Cantar del Cabo San Vicente, Chante de mar in the Nile, sing a hymn of Trafalgar. Stream out your log, for she's healing with a land breeze to inspire, or inscented from the groves of Andalusia, and in my mind Cadiz still gleams with fire. Give her sea room, put St. Vincent well astern by break of day, then shorten sail and harden up those sheets. Close hold will make those northings slip away. Sing me a shanty, Città del Cabo San Vicente, Chiante de mar in the Nile, sing a hymn of Trafalgar. One point to leeward, for those rolling seas are getting shorter now. They remind me of the lights of Fajera. They tell me Biscay's on the starboard bow. Shake out your reefs, for carried on the breeze that's setting fair are spices from the quays of Lorient. We can sail her free to weather Finisterre. Sing me a shanty, Città del Cabo San Vicente, Chiante de mar in the Nile, sing a hymn of Trafalgar. Ease your main sheets, for it soon will see the harbour lights of home. Anchor, make good those sheets and halyards, remembering just who we have on board. Pipe me ashore, gently hoist aloft that Greg of brandy wine. Make ready to receive the Abrils barge. Blow me easy, I'm going ashore for one last time. Sing me a shanty, Città del Cabo San Vicente, Chiante de mar in the Nile, sing a hymn of Trafalgar. Sing me a shanty, Città del Cabo San Vicente, Chiante de mar in the Nile, sing a hymn of Trafalgar.
There was some Welsh in that. Alan. But Nearly, the Avon Nearly is Welsh.
It's a stretch, John. It's a stretch. I reckon there was more Serbo-Croat than Welsh.
Yeah, Cape St Vincent definitely Portuguese.
Ah, we could have an off-screen discussion about this and bore everybody to tears, couldn't we?
Cape St Vincent is lovely.
Oh, look who's in, John.
Yeah.
Look who's in. The Terrible Twins. Oh no, we can't transfer that. That's the Waitrose twins up there. It's it's the Durham duo.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, how we've missed you.
Hello, Brian and Sue.
Oh, good evening. Lovely to see everybody.
You didn't get on first tonight, did you?
We did not. No. We were actually, we went through to babysit at our sons, and it's the first time we've had the two little ones in about 18 months. 18 months.
Oh,
So it was just for a couple of hours, but we sort of dashed back, got a quick cup of tea, and it's lovely to see everybody.
So you're doing something useful and now come to this, eh?
It's lovely to see you.
Right, well, we'll slide you in somewhere for a couple.
Oh, yes.
Because we're in the second half now, but we'll give you a couple. So you're probably knackered if you've been looking after kids. But yeah, we'll slide them in, put them in just before you, Alan.
Did they have a poo while you were with them? And what was the consistency of it?
Oh, come on.
What?
One did. It was 2-year-old and 4-year-old, and the 4-year-old did just before bedtime.
And what was it? Was Was it self-supporting? Was it? Sorry.
Yes. I mean, do you want more details? I mean,
I think
It's
we've
not
joined
a
the wrong
bloody
night.
dog we're talking about.
it's just like being back to work for me, though. There's a nurse. There's a nurse.
Oh, so you're into the Bristol scale as well, eh, sir?
Of course I am. Yes, of course I am. Yes. NHS all my life.
Well, you'll have to watch it on YouTube tomorrow, but you missed a classic from Gaffer, which was about a chap called Hughes in Llanrwst, and they have a good show down in Llanrwst, and about 3 years ago, I actually entered a sheep at Llanrwst show, but I got
What
off
do you
with a
mean by
caution.
entered the sheep?
I got off with a caution.
Oh, right.
How many arseholes did it have? Come on.
Gaffer, come on.
Okay. Well, you're going to make a liar out of me. I was going to tell them that they missed me singing Sally Wheatley. But then again, they all missed me singing Sally Wheatley because I didn't sing it. Now I'm going to sing something more topical because this roundabout has actually been in the news recently. They're repainting it just a few months ago, and now they're going to have to repaint it again because everybody gets lost on it, the Glanconmy roundabout. And one of the reasons is it's so bilingual that it's got the Welsh initials for north and south and for east and west, and as well as the English ones. It's the law. You have to be bilingual. You have to have signs in both languages. Unfortunately, the Welsh for north and the Welsh for west begin with the same letter, and the Welsh for south and the Welsh for east begin with the same letter as well, which makes it very, very difficult when you're designing a Welsh compass, and especially when it's G, 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 G. David did point out last time I sang this that there are mutations, but it doesn't help very much because
No, it doesn't.
the ones that begin with G both change to the next letter, which in both cases is O.
Yeah.
And the ones that begin with 1D change to ones that are beginning with 2Ds.
Yeah, exactly.
Except that, of course, the 2Ds are one letter, whereas the two 1Ds are one letter each. So it is really quite a significant change. Right. And the tune is actually a Welsh tune, so I'm really quite proud to be singing a Welsh tune about Wales. When it comes to impoliteness, please don't pick upon the Welsh. If you feel inclined to insult them, keep your feelings to yourself. Don't insult them, don't insult them, don't insult them, save your breath, save your breath. Don't insult them, save your breath. Don't forget that shouting "Get Lost Taffy" is insulting to the Welsh. Just give them the proper Welsh equipment. They'll get lost all by themselves. With equipment, you won't set eyes on them again. You won't set eyes on them again. The Welsh, they speak an ancient language, older far than geography. South and east, when written in this language, both begin with the letter D. most confusing, most confusing, most confusing, but gets worse. Most confusing, but gets worse. The letter G is even more confusing, for it begins both north and west. If you're trying to design a compass, doing it in Welsh can prove quite a test. Just 2 letters, just 2 letters, just 2 letters swapped around. Just 2 letters swapped around. Tertiary, secondary, and cardinal are enough to make you curse. But when you try to stick the last 8 points in, things soon go from bad to worse. That's impossible, that's impossible. Surely things are bad enough, they're bad enough. Surely things are bad enough. By translates to Gan for the poor Welshman, which made life hard for the poor old man, charged with making a Welsh compass when he remembered how Gan began. Sword in G again, sword in G again, nothing but sod in G's and D's and D's and G's. Nothing but sodding G's and D's. Give a man a fish and you fed him for a day. Teach him how to fish and he'll ne'er lack food. Say, get lost, Taff. He'll just come back and haunt you. Give him a compass, he will disappear for good. Why use 5 letters? Why use 5 letters? Why use a 5 when 2 will do? Why use 5 when 2 will do? Shopkeepers need never give a refund. Compass buyers won't complain. Once they've purchased their Welsh compass, they'll never find your shop again. Buy a Welsh compass, buy a Welsh compass, buy a Welsh compass and get lost and get lost. Buy a Welsh compass and get lost.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, quality.
And good advice too.
I don't know if anybody in North Wales has been to Black Cat Roundabout. It's quite a well-known roundabout. Just off the A55 to get to Llandudno. It's a bloody nightmare because they've got on the tarmac. They've got all the road numbers, and they've got it in Welsh, and they've got it in they've got all the G's and D's and easts and wests.
Yeah,
it's an absolute bloody nightmare.
It's not a problem at all.
It was driving on that roundabout that inspired the song. And everybody in the roundabout is completely lost. I can only do the magic roundabout in Swindon. And they've got traffic lights in places and not in other places.
Alan, where was John Seward before? Can you remember? Was he?
Oh, he was. Where is he now? He's off my page. I've got to drag him back in. He was somewhere. Oh well, hang on, John Stewart. Who did you follow? Do you remember?
I think it was Maureen or somebody.
Maureen. He's there. Look at that. He's there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there I am.
Well,
hello.
Maureen, watch it, Maureen. Mr. Happy's following you. Watch it.
Right. We're up in the northerly climes of Northumberland with Phil.
Okay. Probably down where you are, you probably don't know this, but if you lived in Newcastle and you wanted to go to the Lake District, certainly in the olden days, you'd go this way, you'd take the Hartside Pass. You'd drive to Alston and then over the Hartside Pass to Penrith. So this is a story of what happened a long time ago, like. Well, the rain. I better start with the right note as well. Well, the rain, it was lashing, and the fog, it wasn't lifting. The wipers weren't coping as I drove through the mist. I spied by the roadside a girl with her thumb out, and a notice that said, the road to Penrith. Well, I stood on the brakes, and I wound down the window. Hop in, I said, and I'll give you a lift. She appeared like a pop star in makeup and hairdo as we started out on the road to Penrith. As we started the climb up towards Hartside Summit, the car gave a falter and started to miss. The temperature gauge showed the engine overheating. The fan belt had snapped on the road to Penrith. Well, I opened the bonnet while she tore off her stockings. Round the pulleys I wrapped them while she did assist. She passed me a spanner without any asking. Then we started again on the road to Penrith. With Langwathby behind us and the journey near over, she grabbed hold of me gear stick, I could not resist. In a lay-by near Carlton, she showed me a road map, and that wasn't all on the road to Penrith. I gave her the spanner to save as a keepsake. She leapt out of the car and blew me a kiss. I let out the clutch and released the handbrake as she ran out of sight by the road to Penrith. So every young driver, let's listen to this story. Beware of young girls when you give them a lift. It may mean that later you'll need an inspection for something that happened on the road to Penrith.
Excellent.
Adulterated. That's all I'm going to say. Bringing out the Methodist in me.
With Jock D Capo, that's why I did that.
Right, I've just seen on the chat that Maureen has to go in quarter of an hour.
Oh.
If we slide her in after Andy, we'll get another one
there
from her.
she goes. Look, she goes up there.
Is that okay, Maureen? Right, there we are.
A transatlantic thumbs up.
Right, well, thank you, Phil. We've missed your dog tonight. Where's your dog?
He's here. He's down here. He was joining in.
Let's have a look at him.
I don't know if you can see him. I can't show you actually. Freddie, come here. Come. Fred,
Come. We dog people have got to stick together, you see, we dog people. Oh. Lovely boy. Lovely boy, here's my two. No.
He's a beauty.
Okay, back you go.
Yeah, okay, clear off now. Be quiet.
Yeah, you've entertained us enough. Go to sleep now. Andy.
Alright, thank you. We appear to have had two funny songs in succession, so I'll have to sing another serious one, won't I? Okay. This is a very serious topic. It's by a writer who you've already mentioned tonight, at least once. And I'll let you work out who it is if you don't happen to know the song. It's called The Folk Club Disaster, so therefore it's a folk song. It's about the miner's revenge is a better alternative for it. You know, we at folk clubs often sing about mining disasters. Nobody has done yet tonight, I don't think, but some in the words of this song, Sad Pillock is probably going to sing about Trimden Grange before the night's out. So this song refers to that person, and it's set as a song that the miners might sing about a folk club disaster. So it's got a chorus. The chorus mentions social workers. Have we got any social workers present? You can stick your hands up, just like being at school. No social workers?
I'm an anti-social worker. Does that count?
Oh, we've got, right. Teachers, clerical workers, accountants, accountants with beards, a very important bit of this. Now here we go. Put on your pit boots, let your minder's lamp shine. I'll sing you a song that we sing down the mine. Down at the coalface as we cut and hew, we have our own songs and they're not known to you. We don't sing of Spring Hill nor Trimden Recall, but a folk club disaster brings joy to us all. Deep in the darkness, down in the scene, we sing of a folk club explosion, a wonderful dream. 16 social workers, 10 teachers and a clerk, a bearded accountant, all down in the dark, sing out their story, the details of the doom, a finger, an ear, a fart, and a massive boom. Their wives and their daughters all bid them farewell as they went out for an evening's unaccompanied hell, singing of fires and explosions and death down the mine, dust in the lung, silicosis, what a bloody good time. No one had told them, how could they know of the coal miner digging directly below? Not enough pit props, or so it is said, is the reason the Red Lion fell in on his head. 16 social workers, 10 teachers and a clerk, a bearded accountant, all down in the dark, sing out their story, the details of the doom, a finger, an ear, a fart, and a massive boom. 16 social workers, all singing of coal, suddenly weren't quite so keen when they fell down the hole. Analysts and programmers, they all had to admit, they definitely did not enjoy being dropped into the pit. So black was the darkness, they mislaid their beers, they couldn't find their fingers or couldn't put them in their ears. They sang in the darkness, but very soon they changed, and they strangled the sad Pillock who sang of Trimden Grange. 16 social workers, 10 teachers and a clerk, a bearded accountant, all down in the dark, sing out their story, the details of the doom, a finger, an ear, a fart, and a massive boom. Bitter in blackness and all their Guinness is gone, the folk club disaster just went on and on. Their chances of survival were not worth a shout, with gallons of Guinness taken in and it's methane that comes out. Like a bird has to sing, like a dog has to scratch, a man with a pipe and baccy will in time strike a match. Why sing of disaster? Why not live the part? All that was needed was a match and a fart. 16 social workers, 10 teachers and a clerk, a bearded accountant, all down in the dark. Sing out their story, the details of the doom, a finger, an ear, a fart, and a massive boom. A great cloud of flatulence lay upon the town, and odd bits of husband were scattered all around. Yes, that's his tankard, he's spilt half his beer. That's my man's little finger, but it don't look like his ear. That's his scarf and his earring, and that's his corduroy pants. They really like to dress up, these singing accountants. That's very small, well, it must be his brain. It's the folk club disaster, now let's sing it again. Last time, 16 social workers, 10 teachers and a clerk, a bearded accountant, all down in the dark. Sing out the story, the details of the doom, a finger, an ear, a fart, and a massive boom.
Another fine song there, Andy.
Yeah. You've worked out who wrote that one then, I assume.
I think that might be Les.
Yeah.
The Gospel according to St. Les.
There's only one person who has a mind that could think of that song, let alone then write it. Yeah.
It rather dates that song that the contents of the folk club are accountants and social workers and things, because before I started joining, it was sort of, you know, real working class people were in there, and suddenly when I got there, it was people who were in IT and things like that.
Yeah.
They're all pensioners now.
Yeah, I guess that fits the 100-year rule, because I'm 70, so I'm pretty sure that's one of Leslie's relatively early ones, so that will be over 30 years ago that was written, I'm sure. Yeah.
Right, well, thank you, Andy. And we've just got time to squeeze Maureen in before she disappears.
Thanks, John. Thanks, everyone. Sorry to miss the rest of your singing. Come all you bold heroes, give an ear to me song. I'll sing in the praise of good brandy and rum. It's a clear crystal fountain near England doth roll. Give me the punch ladle, I'll fathom the bowl. I'll fathom the bowl. I'll fathom the bowl. Give me the punch ladle, I'll fathom the bowl. From France we do get brandy, from Jamaica comes rum, sweet oranges and apples from Portugal come, but stout and strong cider are England's control. Give me the punch ladle, I'll fathom the bowl, I'll fathom the bowl, I'll fathom the bowl. Give me the punch ladle, I'll fathom the bowl. So come all you bold heroes, give me an ear to me song. We'll sing in the praise of good brandy and rum. It's a clear crystal fountain near England doth roll. Give me the punch ladle, I'll fathom the bowl.
Oh, we almost had a whoop at the end there, didn't we? Whoop! A bit of a half-hearted
When you your whoops, you always finish on a whoop.
That's the Reader's Digest version, wasn't it? Only 2 verses.
That's smashing. That takes me back.
I want to hear other people.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah,
lovely chorus singing, that one. From
right,
way
well,
back.
thanks very much, Maureen. And if you've got to be off, you got to be off. But Mike and Helen. Oh no! Oh God! It's just Mike on his own.
Sorry. Well, reason being that there's been far too much humour this evening. I think we need to get serious. So I'm going to sing a song written
by someone who has exactly the same initials as me, MD, but this is a Mac instead of a Mike and a Davis instead of a Davis. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I used to have a girlfriend, but I guess she just couldn't compete with all of those love-starved women who keep clamoring at my feet. Well, I'll probably find me another, but I guess they're all in awe of me. Who cares? I never get lonesome, 'cause I treasure my own company. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I guess you can say I'm a loner, a cowboy outlaw, tough and proud. Well, I could have had lots of friends if I wanted, but then I wouldn't stand out from the crowd. Some folks say that I'm egotistical. Hell, I don't even know what that means. I guess it has something to do with the way that I fill out my skin-tight blue jeans. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best that I can.
Ready, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much, Mike. And we are moving, staying in the south of England, we are moving a bit further east to Terry.
There we are. Right, yes, Alan and Phil were talking earlier about a capo, so that put me in mind of this song, which uses those guitarists' weapons. It's a song about a busker living in Cuba called Taco Farmer, and he was a guy, according to Truman Capote, who wrote the book Diamond Guitar. He had an old battered up guitar covered in bits of broken glass and things and fake jewellery which he used to busk with, and it flashed in the sun, and he got money that way, and he had a colourful life. It's all in the song. Hey there, what you gonna do? You took away his knife from a fight in Alabama, then they took away his liberty, threw away the key, tethered to a chain gang back in 43, and then the cold wire, crawling like a vine, singing in the wind like electricity, looking at the night sky, looking for a sign. Everything you do is just a little piece of history. Guitar in the left hand, holding on tight, standing with his back to the mighty Mississippi, and he's holding down the old chords, singing to the night, beating on guitar, looking kind of pretty, 'cause he's got a little diamond, got a little pearl, from Puerto Rico and 1,000 other cities, and he's singing to the mountains, singing about a girl. Every other song is just a little piece of history. It was a cold day, chilled to the bone, nothing much was happening, he found himself alone, singing in the wire, ice along the ground, slipped away quietly, never made a sound, and then he's running through the Everglades, running through the trees, running through the water where the river starts to freeze, running down the old road and make it to the sea. Every other step is just a little piece of history. Said, hey, little drummer boy, listen to the beat of the feet upon the boulevard, picking up the sound, moving up the street, picking up the fake glass missed by the border guard. Hey there, carry that guitar holding so high, you can hear it up in heaven, you can play it to the chain gang, play it to the stars. Every other step is just a little piece of history.
Lovely, Terry.
Amazing.
Too many notes, excessively flash.
I can see Andrew Pritchard's face there. Now, Andrew, did you notice the two capos working in tandem? Yeah, two capos. You did. Fabulous.
Makes it easy.
Fabulous stuff.
Right, thank you, Terry. Always a joy. Oh,
That's
we've
lovely.
got Susan. Oh, and she's got Brian as well.
Oh, my Sunday name.
Well,
They don't
I've
look
got
old
a-
enough to be grandparents, do they?
Of course they do. Oh, come on, of course they do.
From 2 to 16. Nearly 17. I've got two capos, John. One's on the guitar and the other one's on the table.
Oh, that was great, Terry.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Beautiful.
Thanks for letting us join in so late.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a song by Mandolin Orange called Until the Last Light Fades.
Born to die, darling, you'll live no longer than your years. If heaven and earth are both on the market, then hell has nothing to fear.
So where, oh where have the lights gone, love, as the sun returns for the day? Or has light found good in these eyes of mine? Please stay till the last light fades.
father, oh my father, I'll be standing in line to face what faults are mine. It's not these old bones I'm missing my dying, it's the girl I'm leaving behind. So where, oh where have the lights gone, love, as the sun returns for the day? Or has light found good in these eyes of mine? Please stay until the last light fades. Love of mine, sweet love of mine, I'll soon return to the land to make room for the new. I'll give her my worst and good to this earth. As for heaven, it was found in you. So where, oh where have the lights gone, love, as the sun returns for the day? Or has light found good in these eyes of mine? Please stay until the last light fades.
Oh yeah.
Aye, not half bad that. Iron Street.
Change your guitar.
Thanks very much. Anyway, just a quick change of guitars.
Don't you get sick of him? Don't you get sick of him, Sue, changing his guitar all the time? All the time. Me and my guitars.
I suppose I could be changing my egg all the time, Alan, but I'd just hold back on that, really, you know.
Is your egg involved in this next one?
No.
No.
Oh.
Never mind.
Just hold it in case you feel the urge to give it a little shake.
I should maybe.
Has Mark Drakeford made any useful comments for you today? Did he change much?
What?
Sorry, I missed that.
Mark Drakeford, wasn't he giving us some sort of speech about COVID?
Yeah, he's common sense. That's all.
Oh well.
Yeah.
As opposed to the obvious comparison.
I was hoping from you two we'd get There's No One Quite Like Grandma, but maybe next week.
Bugger off.
That must have been before our time.
I don't know that one, John.
Apologies to people from Dragon's Breath because we sang this there on Tuesday, but Runrig song, Every River. Every river I try to cross, every hill I try to climb, every ocean I try to swim, every road I try to find. You ask me to believe in magic, expect me to commit suicide of the heart. You ask me to play this game without question, raising the stakes on this shotgun roulette.
Every river I try to cross, every hill I try to climb, every ocean I try to swim, every road I try to find, all the ways of my life. I'd rather be with you. There's no way without you. You came to me like the ways of children, simple as breathing, easy as air. Now in the years hold no fears, like the wind they pass over. Love forgiven, washed and saved. Every river I try to cross, every hill I try to climb, every ocean I try to swim, every road I try to find, all the ways of my life. I'd rather be with you. There's no way without you. Every river I try to cross, every hill I try to climb, every ocean I try to swim, every road I try to find, all the ways of my life. I'd rather be with you. There's no way without you.
Thank you.
Lovely. Oh, wow.
Oh, you two are going to take over from Jeff Durno before long.
Yeah, I think so. Worth a 3/4 of a Durno, that one.
You could have rice tablets, couldn't you?
Right, thanks, Sue. You're worth waiting for.
Thank
Just.
you.
And moving on. And you, Brian. Gwyneth.
Right, I'm going to do New Bell Wake, Norton New Bell Wake. Kings Norton was a village in Worcestershire until 1911, and since then has been part of Birmingham. It's the suburb just across from where the Cadbury's factory is, or where the Cadbury's factory is. But there were new bells hung in the church tower in 1783 and 1826. And this refers to one of those occasions. It also has a long chorus, so I don't often sing it on Zoom. When Norton raised at last, my friends, a new bell in the steeple, the ringers tried to make amends by rousing up the people. One morn, you know, before cockcrow, they suddenly got ringing, and for to make a new bell wake, set all the bells a-swinging. They banged each bell and rang so well, so true their parts did take, that from morn till night was loud delight at Norton New Belwake. Such ringing ne'er was known before, they fairly shook the spire. They kicked up one continuous roar, 'twas slam round change and fire. The guns did shoot and folks did hoot on hearing such a clatter. They ran about to see the rout and learn what was the matter. They banged each bell and rang so well, so true their parts did take, that from morn till night was loud delight at Norton New Belwake. The beadlets and parsonage made the second bell to ring. Then Wrencher Jim the third pulled in, the fourth did Collins ring. Dipple fifth and Atkins Ben chimed in the sixth so merry. Tom Mason was seventh, the tenor bell was rattled in by Jerry. They banged each bell and rang so well, so true their parts did take, that from morn till night was loud delight at Norton New Belwake. They drank too at a furious rate and nearly spent their store. 2d was all left in the plate, and they could raise no more. The warden coming just in time behaved them fair and well. They gave a shout when he turned out, 2 shillings for each bell. At length one night, and what a sight was there on Norton Green, and what a squall at Osborne's stall when they fired her magazine. The crackers flew and serpents too made all the neighbourhood quake. Folks thought the devil, as seemed but civil, had come to the New Belwake. It was crack and fizz and smack and whiz, the cakes again did bake. The powder stunk and most were drunk to end the New Belwake. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Gwyneth. Thank you.
Just suddenly occurred to me that the final chorus means something totally different these days.
Oh, right.
Crack and fizz and smack and whiz. The cakes again did bake.
Yeah, we really struggle to get any ladies to perform at the club, so to speak. So yeah, it's a delight to hear you every week.
Thank you.
Now, Alan, you've muted yourself.
I've not muted myself now. One minute it's unmuting you, and next minute you've got to unmute yourself. Consistency we want, you know, John. I did another emigration song. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. 1847 was the year it all began. Dreadful pangs of hunger drove 1,000,000 from the land. They journeyed not for glory, their motive was not greed, a voyage of survival across a lonely sea. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Some of them knew fortune, and some of them knew fame. Most of them knew hardship, and died along the way. They spread throughout the nation, they rolled the railroad cars. They brought their songs and music to heal their lonely hearts. In the city of Chicago, and the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal.
Lovely, yeah.
Barrymore song.
Probably that one.
Written by Christy Moore and sung by Christy Moore, written by Barrymore.
Yeah, and I think if Christy Moore heard Alan singing that, he'd probably give up.
Splendid stuff.
Right, but before you go, before you go, she just put a thing on the chat. We've got one more definite week next week, but we probably will be having some form of Zoom presence. We need to get our arses into gear the next week, so we can tell you next week when that will be. So
I won't be here next week.
Yeah, I know you won't be. Yeah, but if you can always sort of find stuff out on the website, the best website in the world, or on our Facebook page. So you can always find out.
Let me ask a direct question. H, do you know how to find us online?
Well, I think I must have found you somewhere when I got on here in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember how I got here.
Just go for Real Folk Club. Join it all up as one word, realfolkclub.com. You'll find out. You'll be able to keep in touch with us that way. We'd hate to lose you in that river behind you. We'd hate to lose you.
I can't swim anyway, so I won't be going in it. Nice to see you all.
If you like, there's also the Dragon's Breath Folk and Acoustic Club on Facebook. We were still continuing with our Zoom sessions until at least mid-October.
Mind you, John's normally unstable in that one.
And then, shut your face.
What night's that on?
Tuesday night.
Then once we go live in our village hall, we are continuing our Zoom presence on a Wednesday evening, and we'll be there.
Splendid.
End of, forever, basically. So there we are. You do have a choice. Dragon's Breath, Folk and Acoustic. Have a look on Facebook, and you'll get in touch with us. And
you only come on here to give yourself a plug, don't you?
Of course I do. Yeah.
I'm going now before I cause any more trouble.
I've had this fool coming along for long enough, and Mr. Manouche, and when he can, Mr. Rhys Jones appears occasionally.
You wait till
Been there, done that.
You wait till we all turn up at trading and sort you out.
And they can do their own they can do their own trouble, H. You don't need you.
That's it. Yeah.
Come on, get on with it.
Well, I'm wondering if
now.
Bye, H.
Good night.
Thanks, H. Good night. Take
Bye. Bye, H.
Take
See you
care.
probably.
Now, I don't know if you want a tragic song or a bit of a thrash.
We like a good thrash from you, John.
You like a bit of a thrash, would you? Right, I normally finish the Dragon's Breath with this one. You know what it is. Those of you who come regularly or irregularly, you're going to be playing D, C, E minor, G. This play was started being written in London, moved out to New York, came back across the Atlantic to Dublin, and was finished in a little town called Spiddle on the west coast of Ireland. Whoa! I wish I was a fisherman, tumbling on the seas, far away from dry land and its bitter memories, casting out my sweet line with abandonment and love. No ceiling bearing down on me, save the starry sky above with light in my head. You in my arms. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. I wish I was the brakeman on a hurtling fevered train, crashing headlong into the heartlands like a cannon in the rain, with the beating of the sleepers on the burning of the coal. And I'm counting those times flashing by, and the night that's full of soul with light in my head. You in my arms. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Whoa! Alan, pick up your accordion. No, you're all right. It does work better with an instrumental break in the middle, but there you go. John isn't playing, he's just sat there with his head in his hands. Although I will be loosened from the bonds that hold me fast, and the chains hung all around me fall away at last, and on that final fateful day I will take thee in my hands, I will ride on the train, I will be the fisherman with light in my head, you in my arms. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. I got light in my head, you in my arms. Got light in my head, you in my arms. Got light in my head, you in my arms. You know, I wish I was a fisherman, tumbling on the sea. Woo! Woo!
Always
guaranteed a whoop for you, John.
That was great.
Guaranteed a whoop at the end there.
That was a whoop.
Whoop! It's a Maureen whoop.
Right, move your bum, John. I see Carol's got a book there.
Oh,
What are you knitting, Carol? It looks quite a serious piece of knitting, that.
Now, David might recognise this.
Right.
It's
a jumper for John.
Oh, I can't
Wow.
see it.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that'll keep the cold off him. He won't feel the chill in that, will he?
David, do you recognise the pattern?
You've now put me on the spot.
B, do you recognise the pattern?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And
what is it then?
It's the one I made you last year, you pillock.
Okay.
Oh, classic.
Nice one.
Everybody's
I love
frozen.
that. Well,
Apart
yeah,
from
pillock.
us.
I like.
Call that an elephant trap, don't you?
Very good. Very.
Oh, that pillock on.
I really liked the pattern. When I saw David wearing it. So,
God, yes.
back in April, when he was wearing it at Brill Folk Club, I sat here going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
I could have sent it to you.
That's all right. I counted stitches, I counted rows, and I'm doing it.
Show it to me again.
Don't be
Yes.
too late.
Yes, yeah. I know I took it with me to London, but it was too warm to wear it.
Don't you come crawling, David. You're screwed up there.
Totally, and I'm digging.
You've
when
got
I'm
a load of
home,
wickets.
aren't I?
Yes.
Yes.
Dig, yes. Complete.
Oh, yes. Well,
May I ask why
yes.
you're not...
yes, of course, I recognise.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
May I ask why you're not performing tonight?
Well, yeah, we're
Oh,
not.
right.
That'll
do.
After a very busy summer, you know.
Yeah.
It's because he forgot that his wife had made him a jumper.
He hasn't got a wife.
No,
John
that's
Warburton's
true.
your fault for hitting the guitar so loud.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yes. Have I changed colour?
Right, I've lost my thread. Oh, we're Carol, aren't we? Yeah.
Jolly, no,
This lady here is going to do
Yeah, well.
something. I'm not sure what, but there you go.
you better be careful.
This one's
Carol
called-
will lose her thread if you're not careful as well.
This one's called The Dieter's Lament. I admire the restraint of the Weight Watcher, who, when shedding those extra few pounds, can ignore the cakes and the crumbly bakes and the hot buttered toast in the rounds. To be able to decline takes willpower stronger than mine, such delights as chocolate or sweets or freshly baked bread or ice cream instead, or other scrumptious treats. Puddings and chips put weight on the hips. It's a truth I do declare. But if I have to choose to treat or to lose, I go for the fresh cream chocolate eclair. Thank you.
Me too.
Right, well, we hope it'll be finished for next week.
No.
No pressure.
We'll bring it in live at some point.
Right, thank you, Carol. Oh, we got Paul. He's there ready with his guitar.
Well, we're pushing your 11 o'clock deadline here, so not that it's a deadline exactly, but anyway. Yeah, this is by Ken Stevens, who is probably known to people who go to seaside and maritime festivals all over the country, and in fact he's been all over the world too. Writes some splendid songs. He's from this area. This is, I think, from the era of the Falklands, when one of our ships was kind of blown up and nearly everyone was on it was lost. It's called Survivor Leave, which is a compassionate leave that the Royal Navy grant to people who've been blown off their ship and lost almost all their compatriots. And actually, just before the Falklands, by coincidence, the Navy cut it from weeks to a few days. You can imagine that. Anyway, it's called Survivor Leave. Well, I really hadn't reckoned that the ship would die in seconds. No time to think or fight or even breathe. And for some the smoke and fire became a funeral pyre. And I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. Survivor leave. Survivor leave. And I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. Well, it's not all that surprising when you scan the far horizon and death's arrived before you've time to breathe. Ship's discipline can't waver when there's no way left to save her. And I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. Survivor leave. Survivor leave. And I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. My mate who took the blow never had the chance to know, and the aftermath just makes my stomach heave. We could only call the roll and attempt some fire control, and I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. Survivor leave. Survivor leave. And I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. Those moments of pure strife are gonna haunt me all my life, though the family's glad I've got this special leave. I've got nothing more I'm dreading, now I've come from Armageddon, and I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. Survivor leave. Survivor leave. And I'm lucky to be on survivor leave. I just hope we find some reasons to heal the hurts and lesions, or the killing grounds just too bad to believe. What's the use of disagreeing when we're fighting but not seeing that the whole world can't be on survivor leave. Survivor leave. Survivor leave. That the whole world can't be on survivor leave.
Nice, Paul.
Yeah, nice song there, Paul. Yeah, great song, huh?
Thank you.
Zoom seems to be kicking some of us off. I think it's selected us, especially Brian and Sue and myself and one or two others, I think.
Well, me too,
and
yeah.
we should feel special that Zoom has singled us out for this attention.
The well-behaved ones.
Came back in.
It's okay in Cheshire.
Oh.
Okay in Capel Curig. There you go.
Yeah.
Pay your bill,
If anybody's
Are you sure you put money in the slot? You've been paying your bills, you know?
Yorkshire, I'm in North Yorkshire, they don't pay bills here, lad.
Aye, bloody hell.
They pay in shoe boxes.
People are probably looking at Chaz and Jan and thinking, God, that's a gallon of gin she's got sitting there in her IKEA uniform. But
we know it is a gallon of gin, don't we?
No, they're only 3 feet tall, the pair of them. Right, where I've lost my thread now. Where are we moving on? Oh, it's John.
Okay, having rushed back through all the traffic, I didn't need to rush really, did I? Anyway.
And there speaks Mr. Happy.
Thank you very much. Well, that was a song about nautical issues, that last one. So here's another one about nautical issues. A bit more pleasant, this one, perhaps. There's a world of sun and sand, full of sky and far from land, where evening breezes caress the shore like a gentle comforting hand. Fragrant blossoms, bonny bees, careless laughter along the breeze, and lovers fade into pools of deep purple shadows among the trees. Listen to the ocean, echoes of a million seashells, whenever they're in motion, moving to rhythmic and unwritten music that played eternally. The sound of the seagull's distant cry, its wings like parentheses drawn in the sky, and two white birds clinging like foam to the crest of a wave rolling high. The silence of noon and the clamour of night, the heat of the day when the fish won't bite. These are the things that remind me of the day you sailed out of sight. To listen to the ocean, echoes of a million seashells, whenever they're in motion, moving to rhythmic and unwritten music that played eternally. Listen to the ocean, echoes of a million seashells, whenever there's an ocean, moving to rhythmic and unwritten music that played eternally.
Hey, nice, John. Can you tell me that song?
Right then, it was Nina and Frederick, 1959.
Nina and Frederick, eh? Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Nina and Frederick's Little Donkey. I think that was the. Well, that was one that the first records
song. Yeah.
My mum and dad bought that. I think for
Christmas
the
gift for them.
little dancette.
Yes, dancette. Oh yeah, dancette Viva. Yeah.
Little
Shed Rock.
Dan said, little Dan said. Yes, I remember that one.
So the B-side of that was I Don't Believe in Father Christmas Anymore in French.
Aha.
Yeah.
They did quite a lot of
Not
songs
many
in
people
French.
know that.
No, it wasn't Portuguese.
Or need to, I think.
This is getting bizarre now. Speaking of which, who's this boy band that you've just joined, Brian?
That's George Thorogood and the Destroyers. And this is a song.
Take your word for it.
Thorogood.
Bloody answer to that.
Get a
Well, they've been going
haircut
for
and get a
40
real job. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've been
No,
going for
Tom.
40 years. American band that's been going for 14 years. Sold over 15 million records, so they ain't done too bad. Anyway, this is a song by George Thorogood and the Destroyers, which is Hank.
Oh, it's gone.
What's his name? I've forgotten his name now. The one that Dave Hines sang earlier.
Williams.
Hank Williams, yeah, it's a Hank Williams song. It's called,
Oh, Hank Marvin.
it's called Move It On Over.
Hank Marvin.
Hank Williams, anyway. I came in last night about 10:30, and that baby of mine wouldn't let me in. So move it on over, rock it on over, move over, little dog. This mean old dog is moving in. She told me not to mess around, but I done let the deal go down. So move it on over, rock it on over, move over, nice dog. This big fat dog is moving in. She told me once and she told me twice, but I don't take no gal's advice. So pack it on over, move it on over, move over, old dog, 'cause this old dog is moving in. The doghouse here is kind of small, but it's not good sound and they're wall to wall. So get it on over, move it on over, move over, little dog, 'cause this big dog is moving in. Yeah, listen to me, dog, before you stop to whine. That side yours and this side's mine. So move it on over, rock it on over, move over, little dog, this big old dog is moving in. Yeah, I came in last night and I don't know when, and the second wife of mine wouldn't let me in. I said, move it on over, scoot it on over, move over, old dog, your fat dog is coming in. She changed the lock on my back door, and now my key won't fit no more. So move it on over, rock it on over, move over, nice dog, this mean old dog is moving in. She threw me out just as pretty as you please, and pretty soon I'll be scratching fleas. So move it on over, slide it on over, move over, nice dog, this mean old dog is moving in. Yeah, she changed the lock on my back door, and now my key won't fit no more. So move it on over, rock it on over, move over, nice dog, this mean old dog is moving in. Move it on over, move it on over, move it on over, won't you rock it on over, move over, cool dog, this hot dog's moving in.
Oh, yeah.
You could almost be there, wherever there is. You could almost be there.
It could be a bizarre place.
Right, thanks, Brian, and we wish you every success with your new group. Taking over from Linda.
It'll go down well on the Isle of Wight, I'm sure.
I think they're all about 70 now, so I don't know whether they're still. I think they're still going.
Yeah, I think you'll have to get yourself a bandana. Dave.
Sold 50,000 albums. Huh.
Yeah, and they were all the same. I mean, what about having 15 million different ones?
I think it was 15 million, not 50.
Oh, you tinker.
Yeah.
It's coming down by the minute, isn't it?
It
David.
is.
Dave, come on.
Okay. Another anniversary one. This is for Johnny Cash, who lost. Gosh, is it 15 years ago now? About this time of year, anyway. This is one of his lesser well-known ones, I think. There's a lot of strange men in cell block 10, but the strangest of them all was a friend of mine who spent his time staring at the wall, staring at the wall. In his hand was a note that his gal had wrote, proving that crime don't pay. The very same gal he robbed and stole for, naming her wedding day, naming her wedding day. As he looked at the walls, so strong and tall, I could hear him softly curse. Nobody at all ever climbed that wall, but I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the first. The water came by and said, son, don't try. I'd hate to see you fall. There ain't no doubt they'll carry you out if they ever touch that wall. If you ever touch that wall. Now a year's gone by since he made his try. Still I can recall how hard he tried and the way he died, but he never made that wall. He never made that wall. There's never been a man who shook this can, but I knew a man who tried. The newspaper called it a jailbreak plan, but I know it was suicide. I know it was suicide.
Right, Dave.
Yeah. Nice, happy song there, Dave.
A bit high for Dave, wasn't it? A bit high.
Yeah.
A bit high.
Right, Alan's going to finish the night off for us.
Finish it off? What do you mean finish it off?
Finish it off, Al. Come on, finish us off.
Well, this should be specially for Gwyneth, except she's disappeared. Oh no, she's there. There she is. Because I reckon this is a Paul Simon song, and if I add the age of the song to my age, it comes to well over 100 years. And that apparently is the yardstick used in a club local to Gwyneth, where it's a traditional club, but in order to define a traditional song, it has to be the age of the song and the age of the singer. So as long as Paul Simon's song is more than 33 years old, I'm okay. I think it probably is. So here it is. And if it's not, get the big hook and oik me off.
That's just your showbiz.
Pardon?
That's just your showbiz age, isn't it? You're a lot older than that, surely.
What? No. I'm going to do the song. Do the song. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. I knew a man in my hometown. He wears his passion for his woman like a thorny crown. He says, Dolores, I live in fear. My love for you's so overpowering, I'm afraid that I might disappear. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the near your destination, the more you slip sliding away. I knew a woman, she became a wife. These are the very words she uses to describe her life. She says a good day ain't got no rain. She says a bad day's when I lie in bed and think of things that might have been. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the near your destination, the more you slip sliding away. I knew a father, he became a I knew a father, he had a son. He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he'd done. He went a long way to explain. Kissed his boy as he lay sleeping, turned around and headed home again. Slip sliding away, come on. Slip sliding away. You know the near destination, the more you slip sliding away. Right, the last verse. I'll get there. Right.
We have to work at our pay.
God only knows. God makes his plans. The information's unavailable to mortal man. We all work at our jobs, collect our pay, which is a big joke actually. We all work at our jobs, collect our pay. Believe we're drifting down the highway when in fact we're slip sliding away. I got there. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the near destination, more you slip sliding away, slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the near destination, the more you slip sliding, the near destination, the more you slip sliding, the near destination, the more you slip sliding away. I take on. Failing memory. The failing memory is a strange thing. I always like to think that beer helps. I'll leave you with that
Once
thought.
upon a time.
It helped everyone else forget that you've forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. It helps me stop worrying about it.
Absolutely, and we don't care about it anyway, so it's good. Brilliant.
Good fun.
Well,
Did you notice we all telegraphed our applause?
Yes.
The night started off with me making a bowls of it, and it ended up with Alan making a bit of bowls of it. But in between, it was quite good, really.
So essentially, the evening was bracketed by balls, John.
Start with those in John's pocket, of course.
And then there was always my conkers.
Oh, and there were gems.
Conkers, yes,
Oh, but there were some gems in between.
What, in between his conkers?
I'm not imagining what's between his conkers.
No, don't.
No.
Ryan and Sue miss my conkers.
Pity the Paul Jenkins.
No, we didn't.
He just joined us.
I don't know whether we.
He had he's playing with his conkers in his pocket, actually.
Terrible lot. This
Right,
is a terrible lot.
right.
And we
Okay.
can't blame Izzy tonight, can we?
So it was a quiz. John said, "I've got two things in my pocket."
He did,
yeah.
Oh, right.
Guess what they were?
Right, okay.
They'll only be little. It's too early.
Right.
I'm going to press the button to stop the recording, and then.
I would, definitely.
Right, so the recording's